Hello and welcome to Stabthe. Today we're going to take a look at Sentinels within Warframe. Now Sentinels are these little drones slash pets that you've probably seen a couple of people running around with. There's only two of them currently. One of them is the Wyrm, the other is the Shade. The Wyrm is for straight up fighting, whereas the Shade is for more stealthy Warframes and approaches. You can buy them one of two ways. You can spend 75 platinum, which is $5 USD, or alternatively, you can go to the market, equipment, and buy the blueprints here. Now keep in mind that it's 100,000 credits for just the blueprint. This does not count all the materials that you need to farm to actually create it. I'll list those in the bottom of the video. Now, once you have your Sentinel, it levels up and works almost exactly like a Warframe does. It has 4 base abilities like a Warframe, 2 of which are unique to this particular Sentinel. The other 2 are going to be shared with any other Sentinels. They come with their own weapon that levels up just like your Warframe's main weapon does. The Wyrm gets a laser rifle, whereas the Shade gets a burst laser pistol. Both of these can be customized with mods. So rifle mods work on the laser rifle, pistol mods work in the burst pistol. Keep in mind that there is no polarities, so you are going to always pay full price for whatever ability mod you stick in here. That's going to really limit how much you can put into your weapons. Now, when we take a look at the abilities here, this is set up exactly like a Warframe. You have your 4 abilities on the outside. The only exception is there is no other polarities within the 6 slots in the middle. Warframes, you usually have these 2 spots with polarities. With Sentinels, you do not have that. So these 6 slots you're always going to be paying full price for. The ones on the end, your abilities are already going to be fairly cheap, so they're always going to cost you 1 to 2 points. In some cases, it may cost you 3 points maximum. So just keep that in mind. It's going to give you a whole lot of extra points you're not going to be able to use right away. So there's no real reason to rush unlocking it with an Orokin. As I said earlier, each Sentinel has 2 specific abilities to itself, which is noted on the card. This is a Wyrm, this card is for a Wyrm, and in this case it unleashes a stun damage when multiple enemies are near. Keep in mind that multiple enemies means 2 or more, so sometimes this ability is going to be wasted on a couple of mobs that aren't really doing anything to you. Other times it's going to stun a whole group of enemies and really save your ass. The other is Warrior. This mod right here is why this is not a stealth Sentinel. What happens with the Warrior mod is he will attack at the first visible enemy in range. Whether or not you have attacked that enemy, either you're sneaking around or you just barely see him around the corner, he'll attack right away. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to sneak around, be stealthy, do not have this equipped, and I would not recommend using the Wyrm. For that, you have a different one, which is the Shade. Now, the Shade is exactly the same as the Wyrm. It's like a little Warframe. It's got its 4 abilities. Burst laser pistol, which can be equipped with pistol mods instead of rifles. This, however, is made for stealth. And one of the abilities that it gives you that's only good for a Shade is cloaks the owner when enemies are close. So this makes you invisible. This is amazing for stealth gameplay. As I said before, even if you max it out, as long as you put in an ability slot, it's only going to cost you 3 points as well. Everything else you're going to have are going to be just things that help either keep it alive or help keep you alive. Guardian is a Sentinel mod that's shared between both, and it basically regenerates your shield when your shield is about to go. Everything else is to keep your Sentinel alive. The other ability for a Shade, instead of Warrior, it has Revenge. Revenge makes it so that the Shade will only attack something that has attacked you. That way you're able to sneak around, you can get stealth kills, you can go invisible, you don't have to worry about it breaking your invisibility by shooting at something. So that's why this is more of your stealth Sentinel. Now, like I said earlier, these are definitely luxury items. They are not 100% needed for anything in Warframe. You can get by the game just fine without them. However, if you do want to get one just because they look cool or you like the extra gameplay with them, I recommend just spending the $5 and buying one. As I said earlier, making one yourself, you can do it, but you could probably buy 2 or 3 guns and build a Warframe for the price of just one of these. So keep that in mind when you're playing. I hope this guide has been helpful. Thank you for watching. I'm Van Draven, and take it easy.